Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5.
We begin with breaking news tonight. We have just learned about another sexual assault at a local college campus. Thanks for joining us tonight. Minnesota State University Moorhead is reporting its 4th sexual assault this year. The most recent incident reportedly happened on campus on May 2nd. Authorities are telling us the male suspect is a student and is known to the victim, and he has been questioned by campus police but has not been arrested as of now. In light of the recent incidents over the past few months, the university has formed a sexual assault task force.
We need to be paying a lot more attention to what's going on in the Middle East. At some level, what's happening there is now happening here.
A terrorist attack in Texas is way too close to home, according to some in the Valley who say it could even happen here. ISIS is claiming responsibility for that attack on Sunday at an art opening in Texas of an exhibit featuring controversial cartoon caricatures of the Muslim prophet Muhammad. 2 gunmen opened fire. The attackers injured 1 guard before being shot and killed. Now a Minnesota man is believed to have joined the group facing allegations for the attack. Some in the Valley are concerned now that we aren't doing enough to prevent these types of attacks. Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Nicole Johnson asks the question, is the Fargo-Moorhead area prepared if terrorists strike here?
ISIS is serious business, and that's going to be a real problem for us, and it doesn't look like we're dealing with it very well right now.
All it takes is an internet connection for someone to join a group and plan an attack.
That's the biggest impact on about 9/11.
Thomas Ambrosio, political science professor, says fighting terrorism is becoming more challenging as the world changes.
People can get inspired now much more easily and can take individual action much more easily than they could in the past.
Some of those realities come a little bit closer to home here. So anytime we see it in the Minneapolis area, you know, we're not that far from there, but we have yet to see any signs that it's operating in our area.
Local law enforcement say there is no reason to believe ISIS is operating in the area, but agree terrorism is a rising concern.
The hope always is that that element won't come to our community. If they did, the mechanisms we have in place with the federal agencies and the communication process should alert us in time to realize those elements are here. And if we did have a major incident, I believe we're prepared to deal with that.
The problem is, in those cases, law enforcement has very little opportunity to actually stop them.
Ambrosio says you can't prepare for everything. With a changing world, he says an attack can happen anywhere.
I'm surprised there's not more of them in many ways, which is, you know, kind of scary to think about, but this is kind of becoming the new normal.
Nicole Johnson, Valley News Live.
Ambrosio says perhaps the best defense against terrorism could be you. In these uncertain days, he says it's a great idea to be extra cautious and keep your eyes open for something that doesn't look right. Meanwhile, a group trying to stomp out gang-related crime has been operating in the metro for about a month. And Fargo police say the street crime unit has quite a few active cases on their plate, although they might not be getting credit for all the arrests they make.
We might not see a high volume of arrests associated with this unit, but they are actively conducting investigations and also gathering intelligence on some of these criminal elements in our community.
Lieutenant Mitchell says many of the recent drug arrests are linked to the street crime unit, like the drug bust at a South Fargo motel and a SWAT team raid at a South Fargo trailer court. Well, to our weather now, we've got sunshine and another beautiful day out there in the valley. But despite the beauty, the fire danger is still very high. Let's see if we'll get any relief from these dry conditions. So, Hutch, what's in store tonight?
Well, if you are heading outdoors this evening, you'll notice that the skies are crystal clear out there. Gusty south winds have developed across the region, so the fire danger is quite high once again over most of the area. Now, as we take you back just a little bit and show the broader region, we see rain pushing into South Dakota now, and that is heading our way. So some wet weather will help our fire situation, at least in some areas, as we go through the next couple of days. But for tonight, it's going to be breezy. That'll be about it for battling weather conditions. Clouds increase later tonight as we go through the overnight. Stephanie, those clouds will bring rainfall. I'll have hour-by-hour details on when you can expect some in your backyard, and we'll give you an estimate about how much you can expect here in just a few minutes.
I think a lot of folks will be happy about that.
It does help.
All right, thank you, Hutch. Well, some folks in the Northern Valley can now get code red alerts about severe weather in their area. Polk County residents can sign up online at the Polk County website or call the sheriff's office. When registering, you can select which types of weather warnings you want to receive. A Crookston man is still on the loose after stealing a DNR pickup trailer and ATV. The Polk County Sheriff's Office is looking for this man, Thomas Staff Jr. The vehicle was reportedly stolen near Mentor, Minnesota. If you have any information on this case, you're asked to contact the Sheriff's Office. Controversy on campus. Not all the students at NDSU are thrilled to have the movie 50 Shades of Grey playing at the Memorial Union Century Theater. And the Bison Catholic organization on campus is objecting to the movie airing there. Valley News Team's Krista Boehm is live at a prayer service just across from campus being displayed as a response to the film. Krista?
Steph, we're outside the chapel here, just across from campus at the Newman Center, and people have been coming in and out all day today to pray together. Now, they're praying in opposition against that movie, 50 Shades of Grey, which is airing in the next few days. Now, some I spoke to say that they don't support the showing of the film just because it promotes abuse against women. And another reason is because they don't believe that it should be aired based on the safety aspect of everything. The campus promotes safety on campus, and by doing this, they don't believe that it is doing just that. Now, they're going to be out here until 9 o'clock tonight. A large prayer service will be conducted at 8:30 with a mass that starts at 9. And coming up on Valley News Live 10 at 10, we'll have more from the students here on what they think about the film showing on campus. Reporting live, I'm Krista Boehm, Valley News Live.
All right, Krista, thank you. And NDSU said in a statement today, as is the case of virtually every other public university, the university does not interfere with the student decision-making process to determine which films are shown on campus. That process is an important part of the educational experience. Now, 50 Shades of Grey is going to be showing at the Memorial Union Century Theater on campus at NDSU tomorrow at 7 p.m. and Friday and Saturday at 7 and 9:30 p.m. Bemidji, Minnesota is embracing its Native American history by showing the reality of what happened many, many years ago. The city is building a new display along the lake that includes a new statue of Chief Bemidji and some very controversial language regarding Native American history. Valley News Team's Neil Carlson has the latest on this.
The old caricature statue of Chief Bemidji has been taken down. It will be replaced with a new 9 feet tall bronze realistic rendering of the real Chief Bemidji next month. The site will also house 4 plaques with some of the brutal Native American history of the area. Controversial language for the plaques includes an 1862 insult against Native Americans from a white trader named Andrew Merrick. So far as I am concerned, if they are hungry, let them eat grass or their own dung. The City Council debated that controversial language and then approved it in an effort to give an honest view of the region's history.
Part of that past is somewhat hard for us to acknowledge, and that's, I think, the reason that there's been some debate about what should be said on the plaques.
Bemidji State University's director of the American Indian Resource Center applauds the city's decision to include the reality of relations here so long ago.
And there's kind of no way to reconcile a relationship if some harm has been done, even long ago in history, without acknowledging that the wrong happened. Truth and reconciliation starts with truth, and I really applaud the efforts of the mayor and the committee to try to both tell the truth and shine some light on what's sometimes a little bit uncomfortable.
From Bemidji, Neil Carlson, Valley News Live.
The new statue of Chief Bemidji and the plaques will be unveiled during a special ceremony next month. Well, work is underway in Moorhead on the new Heritage Garden and Amphitheater. Volunteers got busy today raking the terrace site designed by 3 artists. One of the ideas behind this project is to show a former industrial site can be converted to something of beauty for the community to use. Big plans are in the works for the Heritage Garden and Amphitheater.
On the top of the hill, we have the perennial garden, where we're collecting perennial plants from the citizens of Moorhead, just sort of respecting the tradition of agriculture that we have in our community. And then behind me, we're actually putting in an earthen amphitheater where we can have concerts, performances, movies in the park, and things like that. And the group hopes it'll be open and all ready to go by the end of July.
As you take more of your items to the curb for cleanup week or you start organizing for a summer garage sale, you may want to think of how you can help give back to our community. Restore in Moorhead takes anything from ovens to doors to extra bathroom or flooring tiles. The store benefits Lake Agassiz Habitat for Humanity, which helps build homes in our community. The store will not only come and pick up big items, but also sell the donated stuff at a big discounted price.
It gets repurposed, people can use it again, and the proceeds go to build Habitat houses, and it keeps things out of the landfill. So since we've been in existence and we're going on our 9th year, we've kept over 8 million pounds of things out of the landfill.
Restore is open Tuesday through Saturday at 10 a.m. Well, still ahead tonight, if you're looking to buy a house, you may have some stiff competition. We have the best ways to help you win that bidding war.
Distracted weathercasting? No. My Valley News Live weather app says rain is on the way. We'll have your hour-by-hour details in the forecast next.